look, when you talk about Lamar Jackson, you're treading into unknown waters. We do not know the numbers that they've exchanged back and forth. We just don't. We don't know the numbers. We don't know the conversation. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes in that facility. We just don't. We don't know. All we know is Ravens front and center. We love Lamar. And everything that Lamar has been saying lately is like, you're not showing me the love I need. And so they're not meeting any minds, clearly. It's now out there. It's now out there. He wants a trade. And so when you say, oh, this is the way I feel about it, you know, or I've been talking about it quite a bit here, and I do watch the segments back, not because I'm like Larry Sanders and all I do in my spare time is watch myself. I do watch back the show to see if, you know, if the content works or what needs to work, what doesn't work, how am I can still learn on how better to communicate, truly.
Yeah,
but when I watch it back, I sometimes cringe. I'm like, I say these things and I don't know. I'm just telling you what I feel, and I'm basing it on reports. So I say that as the big preamble to what I'm about to say. I looked at Odell Beckham Jr. strolling around the owners' meeting and having meetings, and there's his agent with him, clearly setting up, you're talking to the Jets at this hour, you're going to talk to the Rams at this hour, we're assuming he's talking to the Giants and the Cowboys, and it's all set up, and there he is at the meeting of money and power for the most moneyed and powerful American sports league there is. And there he is, and it gives off the idea that he's got a market, and that's part of the PR battle. And I sat here and I thought to myself, what if Lamar had done that? What if Lamar Jackson had shown up at this owners meeting? What if he had shown up and was shaking hands and walked straight up to Arthur Blank in a hallway and walked straight up to other, you know, it's a different thing that Odell is a free agent, but so technically is Lamar Jackson. He has not signed his franchise tender. He is also able to sign with another team via offer sheet. Is that fair? Or would other owners of the NFL kind of want to hold him at arm's length because technically he's part of the Ravens and they don't want it to be seen, you know, that he's on their radar screen for various business reasons? Or if you are trying to build around Desmond Ridder and build up his confidence, and there's the owner of the Atlanta Falcons hugging it out with Lamar Jackson on Twitter, that's a problem. So let's put that aside. Maybe it's unfair to sit here and say Lamar should be doing what Odell's doing. And also, he doesn't have a certified agent who is calling up all these teams. What he does have, a person who's apparently calling all these teams, is his business partner, who has created enough of a stir, whether Lamar's pushing back at the sense that he's negotiating on his behalf, but it's created enough of a stir with his phone calls that the NFL Management Council heard about it and had to felt compelled to put out a statement to say, anybody talking to this guy that signs Lamar Jackson to an offer sheet, your offer sheet may be rejected. You may be doing all this work for nothing. And the idea that Meek Mill reached out to Robert Kraft to say, hey, Lamar wants to play for you. And I sat to myself and I thought to myself, why, you know, other than the fact that I don't think is the best way to present your case to Bill Belichick. The best way to present your case to Bill Belichick is to call Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
Yourself.
But how do we know this hasn't happened?
I don't know. That's why I fronted it with that everything I'm saying is based on the knowledge of what I'm hearing, reporting, and because I don't know that it's happened, an agent might have leaked this sort of stuff out. Not an agent would have just called up Belichick or Kraft. But the reason why we didn't know about the trade demand is because there's nobody on Lamar's side to leak it. Lamar's the one who leaked it via Twitter. Can confirm that source. So I don't know, but to me, when you hear Meek Mill told me to tell Bill he wants to play, why isn't he calling him? If I want to book a guest on this program, we've got a tremendous booking crew. Mm-hmm. You know how much I love our booking crew.
You do more than you
but
like
sometimes us. Nothing's better. Nothing's better. You sound like my children saying you love Taylor better.
Well, you probably do.
So
Rich.
my boy's saying that, but nothing beats me picking up the phone myself.
True that.
Sending an email, sending in a text myself. Is Lamar calling the people? Because if I'm him, I'm calling everybody. Yep. You can get these numbers. The numbers are acquirable. You can get Jerry Jones's cell phone number if you're Lamar Jackson. I think you can get somebody who can give you the phone number of Robert Kraft, Bill Belichick. And the sense I'm getting is that it's not working for him. Why else is he tweeting about if I was jaking it because of my contract after hurting my knee, if I was making my teammates hung out to dry over my contract, then why didn't I do it week 1 versus the Jets to week 12 versus the Broncos? How come all of a sudden I sit out because of money in which I could have gotten hurt anytime within that time frame? Fact. These are true.
I read that and I went, that's a great point,
right,
man.
There's no doubt about it. But why is he saying this? Because I don't think he's getting any offers. So instead of going to Twitter and using, I guess, the Twitterverse to place pressure where it needs to be placed for him to get the offer sheet, if I'm him, I'm cold calling every owner. I'm cold calling Jim Irsay. I'm calling around, not Ken. Again, my 2 cents. I really want to see him play football this fall, and I want him successful and paid and happy. We're all better off for it. But I don't know if he's... When I see Odell Beckham Jr. strolling around the owners' meeting, following up on the meetings he's already had, and creating the buzz, that's what Lamar needs in the worst way.
Can I ask you a question, though? Put Lamar in that position, and it's Lamar walking around. Right. Don't you think, like a lot of your peers, maybe not you, would then take that and make it a negative? Like, look, Lamar's so desperate, or Lamar. No, I think that a lot of guys would turn that into a negative, and you. Well, and like I said, you don't do it, but guys in your shoes.
That's why I said
do
that for me. It could be viewed as he's desperate because he hasn't gotten any offers and he's walking around, begging for a job. Like, I understand your point of view. That's why I have eventually landed on, is he making phone calls himself? Is he the one reaching out to Bob Kraft? And Bob's just not saying that personally. He's just dropping Meek Mill's name instead. That could totally be the case. Absolutely. We don't know what we don't know about everything with Lamar Jackson. If I was him, though, I would be calling everybody myself. What do you need to know? I'm the source. What can I tell you? Because I'd like to play for you. Fill in the blank. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.